Even though he was born into a family of no significance, he could see where his future was. We all forget about Prometheus' brother, Venemius or something like that. He did something even worse. Still connected. Even though he was born into a family of no significance, he could see where his future was. Out there ahead of him. In a great big world that had no end. No boundaries. One could go east. One could go west. One could go over the top of the world. The goddamn world. And one will always find oneself in a different place. One flew east. One flew west. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. And we see how that turned out for old R.P. McMurphy. They cut his brain out and he got smothered by a big Indian chief, half white. That's about a picture of me at about 1 year old that's on the wall in my father's house. I think probably my mother's favorite picture. Just a little portrait photo of me alone. And they had family photos done of the three of the rest of them. And I was never in one of them. But she took that one that she had of me done all alone and put it right down in the corner of that picture. So whereas they're all in black and white and I'm in the little purple Joker's outfit, Jupiter's child, Jupiter's color. Purple is the color of royalty. Why would she have bought me something like that? My mother had big hopes for me, and I do have to say, I believe I lived them all out for her. She was a woman that got pregnant at 16. I'm pretty sure, doing the math, that it was on her 16th birthday. My dad held off until it was legal in the state of Michigan at the time. But I do believe my mother, the spelling bee champion, same as me, we held something together. And she held high hopes for me. And I think she wanted to travel. You know, at her funeral, I sat there and I wanted to say, you know, when they gave us a chance to talk, I wanted to stand up and say, everybody thinks I'm crazy. She's the one that had all the ideas. She encouraged me. She's the reason I ended up a political prisoner in the Ukraine. She's the reason I ended up in California. She's the reason I ended up places, because I just say, I was thinking about, I noticed something. She's like, you should do it. She was always the most encouraging one. So if they want to say that I'm crazy, well, it was her idea. Half the things I've ever done, I never even thought about on my own. Somebody always shows up and say, hey, and you go, what? What? Look at all this. There's nothing happening here. This is when everybody was supposed to be doing the right thing. Now we're to the point I say, you look and I want to put this out there. I want people to start treating the word hate the same way they treat the word love, because it's all on the same spectrum. You cannot hate somebody unless you've loved them to begin with. You can despise them all you want, but unless you've been close enough to them, you don't know hate, because it's on the same spectrum as love. You have to love somebody before you can hate them properly. And so there's that. I want people to start going out, from what I've seen in the few times that I've interacted with people. They're like, there's why not just say, instead of I love you and I love you, why not just be able to look at each other and say, I hate you, so that we all understand where we're at. I hate you too.